Well, hello everyone, c.i.a here and welcome to another retro gaming review. And now I bring you Wild Streaks, brought to for the ZX Spectrum, which was brought to us in 1990 by French software house Titus, aka Titus or Titus. I'm hoping that one day someone can clarify which is the correct one. I don't know whether it's deemed acceptable to anglicise it to Titus, which is how that would be pronounced in English. But bearing in mind that the company in question is French, and then I know that their vowel sounds are a bit different to English sounds, and that except if it's an accented letter or some rare occasions, the last letter is not usually of French words is not usually pronounced. So a CIA bloke's been kidnapped, and it's my job to try and battle my way through through several streets to rescue the aforementioned CIA bloke. Oh God! And as you see in the bottom left corner, I've been given I've also been given a gun with just 6 bullets. I mean, if you're going on a mission, why on earth would you only arm yourself with a gun that has 6 bullets in it? Wouldn't you take at least some stash of them? Oh, dearie me. I'm just trying to figure out how to actually fire that gun because... Ah, there you go. So I've used 1 bullet already. Dear God, this is the unarmed combat's really slow in this. They're not. It's not particularly well animated. I mean, look at this, and there's not even any sound. I mean, I know the Spectrum had limited sound, but come on. Good God. I'm trying to... So I fired that bullet, but now I don't know how I actually did it. Ugh, flipping out. And it's worth noting, I did look at instructions and they are absolutely chuffing useless. They do not say how to actually take advantage of the panther. Also, I've got... It's another of those where if you hold down fire and do various different things, you get different combat techniques. But I mean, look... Oh, God. And this is 1990. Bear in mind, at the time, you could actually get the original Renegade for just a few quid. And this was a full price game costing a penny shy of £10. At least if you've got the cassette version. If you've got the disc version, it was even more expensive. Oh, this is absolutely horrid. Why can't I fire the gun anymore? And that panther is about as much use as a chocolate fireguard as well. That panther just wanders around aimlessly. And I'm still trying to figure out how I actually fired that bullet from the gun earlier. Wait a minute. I'm going to try something. I mean, look at that jumping movement. It's like an invisible hand's just grabbed him and he's just picking him off, picking him up and carrying him through the air. Look at this. I'm actually... Oh, maybe not. No, it's not letting me go any further. If I reach the end of the stage, I actually have to duff these guys up in order to complete it, presumably. Oh, flipping hell, this is horrendous. Oh, God, look at the animation in this. It's shit. The graphics are awful as well. I mean, backgrounds are fairly detailed, monochrome, but this is a Spectrum, remember? Oh, flipping hell, the controls are so bad. How did I fire that bullet earlier? Oh God, this is absolutely ridiculous. No, I still can't go any further to right. You know, I killed that guy just now. Oh God, and the hit detection's all over the place. Oh, these controls have a bit of a delay on them. Oh God, give me Renegade over this any day. I mean, it may not have had the Panther, but it was a lot more fun to play than this shite. Oh God. See, look, I clearly punched that guy in the mush and he just didn't react at all. I mean, you got a fair few combat techniques, but they're so unresponsive. See, oh look, I clearly kicked that guy in the head and he didn't even react. I mean, I would fire my gun at these two imbeciles, but I can't figure out how I did it. And I did it, and it's just suddenly decided not to work anymore. Let me in. Oh, this is getting boring now. Why isn't there any sound? Oh, flipping hell. And guess how you actually do a high kick in this. Go on, guess. Down and away with fire. That makes absolutely no sense when in most cases, like in something like Way of the Exploding Fist, that same kick would have been done with up and towards and fire, which actually makes a lot more sense. Oh God, I'm nearly dead. My energy bar in the bottom right corner is nearly drained completely, and I still haven't figured out how I managed to fire that gun earlier. Nothing seems to be working. Oh God! So you look, a lot of these blows are just going straight through them. Come on, Panther, do something. Don't just wander around aimlessly. I mean, you're supposed to be this specially trained Panther helping me out, and you're just wandering around like a pussy. Or was that? Oh, you are a pussy cat. Oh, God. This is horrendous. Oh, this is just never-ending stream. I can't go any further. How many of these blooming blokes do I have to defeat? Move! You can't just keep the jump button held because it won't work. Oh, this is absolutely ghastly. I'm dead. Game over. Thank God for that. That was shocking. So that's Wild Streets for the Spectrum. An absolutely awful, soulless, poorly animated, virtually unplayable beat 'em up. I mean, I even though I gave the Spectrum version of the first Double Dragon a middling review, even that was more fun to play than this. And that also has the advantage of having a two-player option. But why would you spend at least $9.99 on this when for just for about £6 less you could get the original Renegade or possibly even Target Renegade, which absolutely wheeze all over this from a great height. And the Target Renegade also has a simultaneous two-player option and is faster and more responsive and more fun, even though it did get a bit repetitive after a while. This is absolutely ridiculous. And I just I just could not figure out why I was able to fire off that bullet once. I'm sure I was doing exactly the same thing, but he just wouldn't do it. I'm just absolutely mortified at how bad this is. I mean, I know that I know there's a limit to there is an attribute limitation with the spectrum, but at least much of backgrounds like this could have been given a dash of colour to make them more interesting and make it a bit more lively and interesting to look at. This is just all monochrome. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily have looked ugly. I mean, if you look at my review of the Spectrum version of Double Dragon, I mean, that had plenty of colour, even though the sprites took on whichever background colour was in the background at the time. It didn't ruin it. It still made the game more interesting visually. But this is just bland. And look at those windows. It looks like they've been drawn at a larger size and then scaled down and not properly cleaned up. Look at them. This just looks like a complete rush job. Oh God. I can't really comment about the sound because, as you've heard, or rather not heard, there isn't actually any sound. So that's very easy. The gameplay is boring, tedious, largely unresponsive. Even the instruction manual doesn't tell you how to use your gun and doesn't even tell you how to make best use of that supposedly well trained Black Panther, who seems to just wander around doing its own thing. No, this was poor. I'm sorry, I didn't enjoy that one little bit. So I'm going to give Wild Streets on the Spectrum 3 out of 10. I'm sorry, but I just couldn't get into this at all. And the controls are just a nightmare. Not to mention inconsistent, and even the instructions manual's poor and didn't explain everything. So, nah, didn't like that at all. So, hope you enjoyed that review. I certainly didn't enjoy this game. Catch you on another one soon. Texie88 out.